bounty hunter. Darkseer. Winter Wyvern.
Welcome back, everybody, to the defense. It's the last game of the night. Danish Bears up against Scary Faces. And the draft is already underway, so we're going to jump right into it.
Oh, you love that name, don't you?
I do. I do.
Emphatically.
I turn half Bumblebee.
Be yourself, Cap.
When it comes to just be yourself.
Just be yourself.
What a great meme. Bounty Hunter, Queen of Pain for the Danish Bears, Scary Faces, Darkseer, and Winter Wyvern. You know why I emphasize the Z? Because their name, their official name, has 3 all-cap Zs at the end. That's why I do it. I don't know why they have it that way, but it just is. Not 2, not 4,
3.
not lowercase. 3 uppercase Zs.
I see.
They're a very excitable bunch.
And then I have a player called Ramses as well. Why are you smiling?
I'm just looking at a recording software, waiting to see if it's gonna die.
Waiting for it to crash. Oh god, I'm dying. Oh.
Looks like it's good.
Danish Bears have Bounty Hunter.
Yeah.
They have the overpowered little rat hero.
Yeah, I'm sure SFZ though, they know the power of the Bounty Hunter. They lit it through. So I'm sure they have a plan. Just like they had versus the Leshrac. They're a reliable team like that. Then again, Danish Bears really showed Kuro what's up in game number 2.
Yeah.
After they got, I would say, trashed pretty hard in game 1. So.
Well, Scary Faces, they've got themselves the Winter's Curse vacuum combo, so they know that their team fights are going to do well as long as they're off cooldown. Oh, I wish I could switch the camera back.
But you can't.
But I can't. I don't have the buttons over here. Cap's doing a little dance on his chair.
I'm having fun.
Whee!
Yeah, I'm playing around with our chair that swivels.
Swivel chairs. What happened to those stools which Toby and you had to make?
Yeah, those got
removed.
Those were not. Those were not great. Those were not great. I mean, these chairs are all right.
Wooden IKEA chairs. Yeah, these have padding.
They got a backing. Well, everything's good. Everything's good. Golden in the studio.
These suit my needs. Scary Faces. I was looking at their drafts actually again for them recently, and they've been playing a fair amount of Huskar. I think like 3 out of the last 10 games they've given Ramses Huskar. But banning it themselves is kind of interesting. I'm not sure if, like, Danish Bears obviously don't have a lot of games on record because they're a very new team.
Right.
XSplit's still going, right? XSplit's still going. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we're good.
Now I've mentioned it, it's going to crash, though, by the way. Just letting you know. So I don't know why banning it here is a great idea. I guess the fact that they don't have too many, like, single-target lockdown spells, they don't have, you know, a Hex, a Stun, or anything like that, and maybe they're not planning on going on into any hero that does that. They've kind of got Lucent Beam, and that's it, right? Arctic Burn slows people down. They've got a big Wombo combo, but they don't have anything that kind of stops Huskar in his tracks, stops him from armlet toggling, so they can finish him off and kill him.
Yeah, no, Huskar's just really annoying. Did you see that ESL game where Nip got a last pick Huskar?
Era Huskar, yeah.
Yeah, and that was the only game that they won. They won it in 13 minutes and 50 seconds. Huskar.
Yeah, I
if
watched
you don't plan for it in the draft, it's just going to destroy you. So I like the ban. Thinking ahead.
It's like the 6.84 Broodmother.
Yeah.
Kinda.
Okay. Danish Bears. They've got a bounty hunter. What are you going to couple it with? They don't have the Spirit Breaker, so they don't have that combination. I like it. Spirit Breaker bounty hunter. Played that in a pub today. Even though I fed a lot as the Spirit Breaker, didn't matter. We're
gold.
Spirit Breaker Bounty Hunter. We're getting track gold all over the place. It didn't matter. Shadow Shaman. Danish Bears. I think there's this Vega Squadron who picked up Shadow Shaman 2 times in a row early on in the ESL qualifiers. They won 1 game with it and lost the other. Don't really feel real confident about this hero.
It's super good at like controlling runes and things like that. And if you've got a bounty hunter with an orb of venom just wailing away at someone,
Yeah.
you can do a decent amount of damage. Against the Darkseer, I guess you've got the 2 forms of lockdown, and Ether Shock is super strong. Like level 1 Ether Shock does a ton of damage and really, was it 90 mana or something like that at level 1? 95 mana, 8-second cooldown. You do 140 damage. So it really cannot be understated how strong that nuke is, especially against the DS who wants to be sitting on lane until he's level 2 or 3. And if he's really under pressure, then move into the jungle. But if you stop him early enough, then he doesn't have the greatest laning phase. And now Scary Faces have picked a Storm into the Shadow Shaman, and Anti-Mage is the only real response there from Danish Bears.
But it's a good one. It's a hero that's going to farm a bit faster than the Luna. If you stay ahead of her, you're able to jump her with the Abyssal Blade that you pick up. And then he's a straight counter to the Storm Spirit. I like Danish Bears lineup so far. I mean, there's still the Shadow Shaman, the early roaming potential, a Bounty Hunter against Storm, whether it's interrupting his stacks, harassing him in the laning phase. And then you've got the heavy amount of disables out from Shadow Shaman and the burst potential of Anti-Mage. It's always going to be hard for a Storm Spirit to play the game. So, and then Queen of Pain's pure damage can still help overwhelm. Oh,
I was just wondering, like, what is the hero here? It's not going to be Rubik. It can't be Witch Doctor, Dazzle. Nothing really fits.
I'm not sure how I feel about techies without Tusk, but unless you're AUI 2000.
Well, if you get mines down, you can A, stop Bounty Hunter freely roaming the map.
Sure.
Either you get vision or knowledge of where he is. Oh god, they picked the Ogre. The one true counter to techies.
They're like, we need a hero that's just going to be able to run in and tank the mines for us.
Well, there are like 3...
You know what Ogre Bajai is? He's a 2-headed crash test dummy. That's what he is.
He's a minesweeper.
His life is made to be abused at this point.
There are like 3 heroes, I believe, that at level 1 survive to 3 techies mines. Spirit Breaker, Night Stalker, and Ogre, I think. If I'm not mistaken.
Oh, okay.
Night Stalker's pretty tanky as well.
He's got a lot of armor.
He's got like 5 armor at level 1.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure Ogre can survive 3 mines at level 1. Correct me if I'm wrong, but...
I'm sure he can. I would all but guarantee it.
But yeah, he is the manly, man-boobed minesweeper. So we'll see what he gets up to. But that's going to be what, their offlane Ogre? Because Neuer's the 4-role roaming support. Hester Joe mid Queen of Pain rides on the Shadow Shaman. And Miguel.
Yeah,
Magi.
offlane Ogre Maggie. Is this just an oh yeah. The expectation of... I thought where was the instant TP out from the techies? And where's the counter instant TP out from Danish Bears? But Shadow A, he's stopping Bounty Hunter. That's what he's doing.
Yeah. Oh, Nahaz is just our lovely stats man, Nahaz. Winter Wyvern and Darkseer, we always talk about them as being this, great wombo combo. Only 22 and 20 and 6.84.
Yeah.
Bounty and Co-op are 34 and 21. 62% win rate this batch.
Well, what's Bounty Hunter's win rate, though? It's got to be high.
I don't know. Like, at TI5, he went 11 and 1 for the first couple of days, right? Like some ridiculous win rate.
Eknar. Oh, Ignite plus Orb of Venom is going to force Eknar to actually fly away. If he's not careful, he's going to be caught by Hester Joe, who could have gone for the Shadow Strike to try and slow him down and get that first blood, but holds off. The Bounty Rune. General will take the bottom lane one, unless Noya gets there in time.
And it is...
Oh! let down. Animage will take the other one. So this is not going to be Queen of Pain in a happy place. She's going to start with a disadvantage to the Storm Spirit. A lane that you usually are able to do quite well against. So, not sure how he feels about this one. Techies, what did you just do? Oh, you've got the healing sour general.
But yeah, they've got... Wait, is there 2 landmines here? And this is something they really need to do as well, is allow us to see how many mines are there. If I hover over, it kind of flashes green and goes all super crazy. So I think there's more than one.
State. He's going to be losing a large share of his mana here, but he will pick up level 2. So the standard Darkseer play. Take a lot of damage in exchange for getting your escape mechanism. Bottom lane, meanwhile, this is not going to be the easiest lane, even for a tanky hero like Ogre Magi. He still has a fair amount of magic damage to deal with, both the Arctic Burn as well as the Lucent Beam that'll eventually come in at level 3. Eknart, that percentage-based damage is going to be pretty good versus Ogre.
Oh, yeah.
And
even if he does have 7 armor.
Shadow A is now going to play with Darkseer. So Darkseer, okay, I've seen this a number of times. This combination is really nice because you push the lane forward so much that that the Techies is able to place mines in the lane wherever he wants to. It's very tough to deal with.
And then you stop that kind of sideswipe movement from the Shadow Shaman coming in.
Whoa, they picked up first blood bottom lane. 666. Ramses gets the kill on Noya. Thanks in part to the counter ward. Looks like a bit of a dive here in the top lane. Shadow A. He's got his suicide. Oh, whoa.
Suicide, he's going in.
He's running in for it,
now
but
he's dead, right?
he realizes that's not good.
Oh,
The mine! Oh,
no
Animage!
way.
You did not need to challenge him for that one. Luna will kill herself to neutrals because she's a bit too low, so she'll just buy out. She's actually going... No.
That's awful for the AM,
Oh, the General's
honestly.
going to be caught as well. This is just disastrous on all fronts.
I don't know who's winning.
Yeah, it's gotta be Danish Bears.
Everybody's losing.
Animage just died to the Techies, but they still... Let's see, they picked up the Bounty Hunter kill. Why does it feel like SFZ have gotten more kills?
Because the Techie suicide.
That's right, I was thinking about in the wrong direction. I was distracted by a sneeze as well, which never happened, so woe is me.
Oh, and Rise, waste a sentry. No orbs there, no mines there. And this Bounty Hunter is kind of stuck on his bottom lane. Can't roam, can't courier snipe, can't do anything. Is Anti-Mage really meant to 1v2 these guys up at top? It's hard enough he's a melee carry up against the Ion Shell.
They're certainly not shutting down the Luna as much as Animage is being shut down, that's for sure. But I guess the Bounty Hunter has to stay away from the Techies at all times. Miguel is going to be the target here. They're going to try and go for him. Looks like Cold Embrace will buy Eknart some time, and they will be forcing back the Ogre Magi.
There's no more magic damage, it's all right clicks. Cold Embrace.
Yeah, Miguel's not careful. They're going to be able to burst him down, but Noya just gets so much damage out. They're going to turn around on him. Noya actually in some serious trouble. Another right click, and they got him in the fade time. He was...
Oh! Techies killed the Shadow Shaman.
Oh, did he run in for that mine? Oh, he did. He did. Why did he run that deep?
I have no idea.
It's not like he was going to get the courier. It's 33. No. C'est la vie. Animage 10-3 compared to the Luna's 12-0. This dual lane is working out quite nicely.
Oh, Noya? Oh, only 2 mines there.
Still, he's got to head back to base at the very least. And that might have just stopped General from having to go back to base. He may just try and bottle crow this one, knowing that the Techies or the Bounty Hunter isn't going to stick around. Do you go for it? The mine is ready to go. They still have a glyph, though. So SFZ, they're going to take their first tower here. Glyph gets laid out on 9 HP. Oh, no! And the explosion again! Oh, man. Shadow A is good at this. He knows. He really can judge
But-
the amount of time that the landmine takes to go off and the amount of blink animation. That being said, this animation is not playing it well.
Well, again, why is Ace trying to contest that? Why does he want the deny so much?
Yeah, I don't know.
At the risk of his own life.
He probably figures like, nah, I'll be fine. I'll be able to blink ahead. Of course I will.
All things considered, this Ogre at bot lane, you know, he's farming decently for an offlaner. Noya the bounty, along with Ryze now, turning this into an aggressive tri lane. But Techies has been here setting up landmines. And they can't go forward.
Yeah, they have no idea what's what. Middle lane, this has been a back and forth for a while. I'm waiting for General to actually jump on a Hesta Joe. He has enough
bottom
mana
lane.
for his level 2. Are they going now? Yeah, they got the Luna. Techies can't do anything to stop that one. Damn, I was bouncing back and forth between middle and bottom, waiting for a kill to go one way or the other.
Oh, the Techies, he's got mine set up for you. You're going to walk into this.
running
They're going to walk
into
into
it.
it.
Oh,
Double kill.
Oh, the
man.
bait. And now Ryze is going to be... Oh, they don't have...
They've got it.
the jump. Ryze General will be able to get it. The bait.
It's the moment you always dread. It's like, it's Techies. It's a kill. We can kill him.
Yeah.
We can move on.
We know he doesn't have suicide. He just used it.
He's probably planted his mines at like the rune spot or in the jungle or somewhere where we'll run into and be annoyed. But hiding them there in that spot.
State's got 1,200 gold, so he can actually pick up his arcane boots if he just wants to spam even more against Ace. This is not the capitalist-approved hairdo of Animage, by the way.
What's he got?
I want the white mohawk. That's what I want. General? Thinking about going for him. At the same time, it also looks like they want to try and pop General. They do have the Sonic Wave, blink out. General, long jump forward, but way too long for you. Oh no, he's going to go for it. He has the last little bit of mana to be able to claim the kill on the Queen of Pain.
Where's he going now?
Now he's just going to run right back through the lane like it's no big deal. Whatever.
TP's coming in here from the Ogre, and they've got the Shackle not in range just yet. Right, can't get
Ignite,
there.
slowed down. Now they have the Hex. Cold Embrace will be able to buy him some time, though, during that Shackle. The first damage, General, not going to be able to get out. I have no idea why he thought walking straight back through that tower was a great idea, but...
He had 6 stick charges there. I think it's just that panic moment where he thought he used stick before he jumped, but couldn't quite get it off. I think he could have survived. I think he could have sticked and jumped himself away, but not getting the timing just right there. Now, Ace has been given a little bit of free time up at top. He's got himself a Quelling Blade. Time to hit creeps. 8 minutes in. Sitting at 30 last hits, and to be fair, he's not far off this Luna. Luna is 33 for 4. She's got 2 kills and 2 deaths, while the AM obviously got shut down a ton up in this top lane. But it's free farm time for both of the carries now. A good way to come back into this game is this Bounty Hunter once he gets his track up and running, but it has to Joe General, dodges a Shadow Strike, and now he's looking for a bit more.
The Hesta Joe dies again. This is, it's going to be a very sad Queen of Pain. Because at that point in time, Storm Spirit just like thinks, do I start going Orchid? Like, am I far enough ahead for that? CS-wise, he's not great, though, so he would have to get a lot more kills. In fact, he's died twice, so...
It's 9 minutes in. There's been so much death and destruction. The actual CS board, it looks pretty awful.
Yeah.
No one is farming freely.
Oh, Noya! Didn't expect that one. Walked right into a counter ward. Now they, Danish Bears.
There's something wrong with the Techies running this way.
They're smart bears, man. They're smart bears. They know what's up.
Are they smarter than your average bear?
Oh, they keep on running through the same area. Hesta Joe, don't do it. He knows. Shadow 8. They're still trying to bait him to the same area. He's got the suicide, though. With the mine, they're going to be able to pick up the kill. Queen of Pain.
He's nearly level 6 as well. He's actually gone for 3 points in suicide over the 3rd point in in the landmines.
No, I really like that. I've seen this build a number of times. I much prefer this build. I mean, if you think about the way the Techies plays when he lanes like this,
he respawn time and cooldown time.
Yeah, exactly. He runs through his mana so quickly, and you want to be able to have your suicide up as much as possible. Otherwise, you can potentially be feeding away a lot of kills. And suicide also acts as like a really good killing opportunity. So,
and his streak. He's suicided 3 times right now, so he's technically 5-0-0.
Yeah.
If you don't count the suicide deaths.
I think it's just a much more efficient way to play Techies than anything else.
Oh god, Ramses?
No, they know by now. They've run through that scenario so many times. Miguel is going to go down. Doden pulled back by a general.
They think they know. but they really know.
Just imagine like the next level bait, where like they keep running through this area, but there's no mines. Turns out the mines are like over here or something.
Yeah.
The mine games.
Danish Bears feel pretty pressured to group up here though, and Queen of Pain struggling to get her first item up and running. No treads, no actual progression into anything just yet. And I'm wondering, is it Aghanim's game for her? Is it Orchid time? You'd love to have an Orchid against Darkseer, Techies, Storm, Winter Wyvern.
You would. I'm just not sure if I feel like the stat gain from Aghanim's is almost a necessity for the Queen of Pain at this point. You can even say it's a bare necessity.
Amazing.
Bare necessity.
You didn't even catch on to my Yogi pun, and I'm disappointed now.
What? What? Whoa.
Or maybe you just didn't hear it.
Oh well, was it?
No, I can't repeat it now. Oh, General is going into an Orchid. He's got himself an Oblivion Staff already.
Alright, so he feels far enough ahead. Good on him.
And that's the thing, he's sitting on almost 5,000 net worth. He's a good 1,600 out of that Queen of Pain. AM is catching up though. He's skipping to victory. Ace now has his treads and a Ring of Health. So his Battle Fury actually isn't that bad. Timing-wise, anyway.
Next up, General. They're actually going to go for it. Sonic Wave managed to wipe him up, and now the two-man vacuum. Winter's Curse with a suicide on top. It's a golden combo for SFZ. Easily able to win it. Make it a 2 for 2, but a suicide on the Techies really makes it a 1 for 2.
He even had a remote mine placed, so I'm not even sure the suicide was needed. But the remote mine going to give them vision up on high ground. See Neuer and Miguel coming in from the top.
This is going to be a very late Battle Fury.
It's not that bad. All things considered.
All things considered. SFZ are up by 6, 7K. General, immediately hexed up. He is gone. Good lord, Rise committed heavily for that one, even dropping the wards.
Was he invis, or was he just there by the tier 2?
I have no idea. State, he's got Search and Mech, so he should be fine here. Back to anything. Neuer may be dead here. Vacuum turned around, a little bit more damage. Not quite enough to Splinter Blast. Gets him in the end, though. Eknart running away. Has Cold Embrace right before the last tick there. Heads to Joe. He's going to be forced back. Pings go out. Mines. They know. But what they don't realize is only one mine. Shadowway. Like, you only have to, like, that's the thing, right? They have to afford so many counter wards to play safely into cliff areas. Techies has shown himself for, like, the last 2 or 3 minutes. But they're still like, no. There could be, like, 5 mines on top of that cliff. Your imagination just starts running wild against the Techies.
Techies is doing the split pushing game now. Planting mines to, basically to the south of him, where this entrance comes into the lane, so he can push the lane with landmines, keep the remotes here. No one can actually jump on him and stop him from doing this. The fight actually going to give him a bot lane with it.
He's done for. Winter's Curse leading the way. Now Dotan's going to get picked off as well, and they might as well just run away with that bounty hunter. He's not going to be able to help out one bit.
He bought his claymore. Anti-mage, baby steps towards the Battle Fury. And yeah, that's the joke with his point booster going into the Aghanim Scepter. But techies. 5 remote mines up at this top spot.
And he was placing them while he was hitting creeps, though.
Yeah,
I can't imagine
know.
Danish Bears don't know.
The little square is drawn. They just said, this area, not safe. Men, do not enter this area. It's going to be a case of farming the jungle, pretty much.
But this also means cutting out so much farm away from... Like, you just, like, leave the mines there. Well, they're never going to push forward, right?
Yeah, what are you going to do? They need to start racking up some track kills here. The Bounty Hunter. He's level 7, and they've got Serpent Wards. They can actually push into this tier 1 mid. Now they know that Techies has been top for quite some time. He's been sitting there, mining, pushing. So there aren't really going to be big stacks of mines towards the middle lane. They can, you know, pretty nicely move towards it. Maybe place the Serpent Wards down and take a team fight. Maybe even take off this Winter Wyvern.
Yeah, he's very dead. Turned into a chicken. State. Oh, they actually lashed him there. What? Can they actually still get him? Turn around wall, zoning wall. Got him.
See ya.
It works. Danish Bears immediately run away.
How do you touch the Techies?
I don't think you do.
Anti-Mage is farming the off lane. No one's stopping him. Like, the Luna's farming jungle, Helm the Dominator. And this is something we've seen a fair amount of Scary Faces with their Luna picks, is that they kind of bide their time. Maybe they battle it relatively early on, they find these little skirmishes, but a lot of the time they don't want to take big team fights until this Luna is ready to go. So it's going to be drums, Aquila, Helm the Dominator, treads, and
They get so much suicide! I was just thinking if they get a bounty kill on this Techies with the dominating streak, they'll get so much. But he gets off the suicide in time.
Oh, you still get the gold. From track, anyway.
Do you?
Yeah, I was wondering that. In the fight recap, the bounty got 200 and the co-op got 50.
Huh. That's cool.
So I guess the suicide, well, obviously the track works when people die, I guess.
So it happens with neutral kills too? Hmm. Interesting. Small stack here. We see the fresh ward being placed in order to block out the stack, but Ramses, he's already happy with what he's going to get. Bounty Hunter's going to try and leech some of this.
I was told you cannot leech ancient experience.
Oh, you can't. You're right.
So he's standing there for nothing, and they.
I didn't know there was a. I didn't know there was a rule for neutral specific or ancient specifically. I just figured neutrals are neutrals.
There are no rules in this game. It's all exceptions. Dota 2,
Look at him, he's
boys.
just sitting there. He's like 565, 565, 565.
I'm not gaining anything. Maybe you can gain the
Courier?
courier. Oh. No, micro. They know. They see him. They've seen him. Speed burst. Run away. Run away. You're not going to courier heaven just yet.
Danish Bears, though, are going to be able to take a tower finally. Dropping wards, I guess. Yeah, they know they need to get out. Orchid placed on Rise. General has used every little bit of mana he has to be able to get this kill. Now a nice Winter's Curse. He has a Remnant over the top. As Joe barely gets away from that one in time, but Dotan isn't going to be as lucky. Sonic Wave at the tail end of that one will take out the Winter Wyvern, but it's still 1 for 2.
And the Vac barely missed that quap as well. They could have had the 2 people Vac back into death. But that's the Joe. You've got to count your lucky stars that you escaped that one, my friend. Aghanim Scepter isn't far away from him, but things are not looking great.
No!
Especially when... Did you catch that?
Not quite.
I was just looking. I didn't even see the mines there. I was watching Anti-Mage. You know, he's farming, he's getting his gold, and then all of a sudden... Detonation.
Techies!
Fresh blood. I didn't see any blood.
Man, what a hero. Level 2 remote mines, ready to go. And I feel like he should have more fun than this. Does he really only have...
Well, that'll do it.
That'll help. That'll help. They knew about it, too.
Oh, boy.
They knew about it. They saw it happening in multiple occasions while he was CSing, while the Queen of Pain was invis. He had his arcanes too. Look at him. He had his arcanes.
Who had what?
Queen of Pain.
Acronyms.
Or, sorry, acronyms.
I'm sitting here thinking, who Techies has done a number on your mind.
Techie's game, man. Wait, the Hush just said you do get gold from track and duel wins even when Techie suicide. How does Techie suicide during a duel? Aha, check yourself before you wreck yourself, my friend.
What?
Jump in, rise, hello. Why are the mines on the side here, do you think?
Reasons.
Yeah,
I'm wondering if it's because he can... No, you can't get in here to place them.
Yeah, he's been sitting here.
I don't know. Maybe he wants to make like a great wall of mines where he just places, you know, a big block of them all across here.
Yeah, I guess so.
No, he's placing them all in one big chunk.
I don't know. Well, they know. They have track on him. They know where those mines are.
But do they care? Because here's the timing bush. Here's the Luna. Oh my god, my mind. Here's the Luna with nearly a completed BKB, and they're just taking this tier 2.
She's got casual double damage. Plus 30, plus 30%. She's hitting for 200 damage a hit already.
Little Alpha Wolfie.
Oh wait, he's been caught by the Orchid Storm Spirit. A TP away will not save you.
He's got Battle Fury though. 21 minutes in. His farm can begin.
All things considered. BKB for our Luna after the Helmet Dominator. Blink Dagger now for the Darkseer. Items just rolling in for this team.
Techies nearly has his Aghanim Scepter as well. Noya, oh, this could be a big kill. There's Suicide available, but they don't have any jump. This is one of the big things here from Danish Bears. They've got Queen of Pain to blink forward, but every single pick-off or fight that they need to take relies on the Shadow Shaman being in position, the Bounty Hunter scouting people out, the Ogre walking in, lumbering into a team fight, and then Quap blinking in to help.
Yeah.
They've got this, like, 4-man fighting squad, Anti-Mage off doing his own thing. But everything's so positional-based. Whereas the past 2 games, Scary Faces, they've had mobile heroes. They've got Surge, they've got Ball Lightning this game. Arctic Burn, hell, even that's some mobility ability from the Winter Wyvern. They can reposition themselves, they can get out of harm's way. And then you factor in the Techies' minds. The ultimate way to cause havoc and stop mobility, stop people getting into position to start team fights are landmines and remote mines.
Did they actually miss the remote mines? Or they just know this stack is here and they're looking for a separate stack? It's gotta be it, right?
No comment.
Earlier I did see the Ogre Machai like run in this area. And the Techie I was just waiting for, I was like, oh my goodness.
It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
Bloodstone being built by the General. Everyone should have Z's in their name for Scary Faces. He should have the General. Instead of a 2, he should have a Z. You should call him Jado.
Jadaway. State 21. I mean, Ramses does have.
Yeah, he's got plenty of Z's. He's probably the one who made the name.
He's got 1.
Yeah, but he was probably the one who made the name. He's probably just like, I really like Z's. Let's drop some more. Noya, oh, they've got a Splinter Blast Vacuum, everything they need to get the kill.
You know, this Techies actually hits pretty hard. With Luna Blessing and Alpha Wolf damage, he hits pretty freaking hard.
He's got regular damage and he's got 700 range. Must be OP. Watch him get this left hit. Oh!
He got it.
Techies. 25 to 13. Game's looking rough for the Danish Bears. 12,000 gold lead for SFZ, 12,000 experience. Desperately trying to split push, but you can't just leave a Techies alone against your base. Especially when the Luna right beside him.
timing push from Scary Faces. Arax are fallen. The Crop has no life.
Yeah, once the tower's down, you're so done for. Like, because Luna's incredibly good at clearing through both sets of racks, because, like, the tier 3, you can't bounce anything, but the moment the tier 3 is down and you start hitting the racks, the glaives start bouncing to everything, and it's so hard to defend into that. And then you also have the Techie's Mines, which he places between the two racks, and it hits both buildings. Like, if you're ever going to defend, you have to all-in defend your tier 3. You know, like in some lineups, you just, like, give up the tier 3, you're like, okay, we're going to wait for them to come a little bit farther into our base, you know?
Okay, Rise has had enough. He has purchased the one item that can counter the Techie's hero.
Yeah, well, you've already lost on lane Arax. I think this might be too late. Like, I think you made your final stand a bit too late.
Yeah, when the Storm is sitting at 13,000 net worth. And Doxis with Greaves Blink. They've got the combo. They've got the Winter's Curse back. Techies, hello?
They don't know, man. They really don't.
Uh-oh. Spaghetti-o. Didn't get the Quap, though. Only got the Ogre. But that's annoying.
Wait, what?
General, he's found ace here. Song's up.
Pull back. Will be able to get that kill without the Manta. He is so susceptible to that. Now, Noya's going to be spotted out by the Dust as well.
And Rise is there with a double bracer gem smoked up. I don't know what he was. I think he was going on like a dewarding mission, or he's gonna because there's no tower there, right? He's not gonna go and serpent ward the tower or anything like that. But he's lucky he didn't get caught as well.
Gem for the Winter Wyvern with the cloak. And we're just gonna watch Scary Faces get Aegis and then push uphill again.
How do they kill the Luna even? I don't think they've got enough damage. They have to try and Hex Shackle the Storm Spirit without getting vacuum walled into Winter's Curse. Again, it keeps coming back to positioning. They can't physically position themselves into a teamfight engagement where they are the ones looking to make the first move, such that they don't get caught by the combo from Scary Faces. Like, they have to find a pick now at the tier 2. Or something like that, or stop them pushing before they get to the base. Or they just let the ranks fall and try and get a little bit of gain elsewhere. Like Anti-Mage farming the jungle should be split pushing a little bit up on top. Try and take the tier 1 at least.
Because he's not even going to get that much before their tier 3 falls.
He's not fit to fight.
No. Look at him. Techies just doesn't care. He's going to throw out the Aghanims. They know the mines are there. I think I keep saying that, but the Techie's Minefield sign should be a giveaway. Rise runs in, managed to get up the Hex off on General, but Ramsey just runs forward with his ultimate, dishing out so much damage. They're going to get a Noya on the side. Sonic Wave gets laid out, still not enough to finish off Eknar. In fact, Heston Joe's now going to be orchided up as General goes from hero to hero. God, diving into the fountain. He's just not stopping. Manta picked up by Ramsey's inside of that one. Image comes back, immediately gets blown up. Winter's Curse, wall. Heston Joe blinks right over it. And now, multicast.
Did you hear that Mana Boy get cancelled out though?
Yeah.
The Glimmer Cape on General, then dodging away from it. Maybe Ace could have found a big juicy kill there. Shadow it. Is he still on the same streak?
Yes.
He hasn't died normally once. He's always suicided.
At once upon a time, he was 5-5-3, and he still only has 5 deaths. So, yeah. He hasn't died a single time. Desolator on the Storms here, just to make things a little bit better. You ever seen a Techies throw the minefield sign like on the fountain?
No.
Yeah, you could just go ahead and throw it in the fountain area.
That sounds awful.
Yeah.
Not awful.
What are you gonna do? You just like you can't leave your fountain.
I know they're there. Well, you're gonna TP out, right? You have to TP to your ancient or something.
No, what you have to do. Here's the play. You have to smoke, and then wait. And then run out.
So he blows them up prematurely.
Yeah, you just gotta just hope he doesn't blow it up at the right time in order to escape your fountain.
Luna and Storm are dead. Storm not dead for long though. Anti-Mage now jumping, looking for Eknar. Gets the Mana Void down, but...
Oh my god, he still can't kill him. He's not gonna be able to get him. Guardian Greaves heals him back up. SFZ. The Storm Spirit's coming. He's gonna make a long jump soon. I know he is.
3, 2, 1. General, go!
Do it. Do it.
Go! With your Desolator, with your Yasha, come on!
Going out of Noya. Cold Embrace stopping him from being able to get these kills. Winter's Curse actually on board with the wall over the top just before the throne explodes. And the game ends.
2-0.
SFZ are going to join new team in a 2-0 in their bracket. The CIS team's performing well. Danish Bears will drop down to a 1-3 right now. It's kind of looking like the favorites here of this group is, for me, new team Scary Faces and Kuroki's team.
Yeah. Looking pretty hot.
CIS team taking over. They just won. Vegas Squadrons just took ES1 New York European qualifier.
Well, it was like in that qualifier as well, there were 3 CIS teams plus NIP, right? CIS teams, it's the rise.
Yeah. CIS looking strong. All right, guys, that brings our evening to a close. So I hope you guys enjoyed all of the defense action, as well as our beautiful studio.
It's so pretty.
Yeah, it looks great. Anyway, we are going to close down for the night. Thank you very much for tuning in. We'll be back tomorrow at 20 CEST. I'll be casting with Blitz, Durka. You're going to be on Join Dota Blue or ESL?
ESL.
ESL, Join Dota Red. Going to be doing some Go for Dota.
Mm-hmm.
That's where you can find us tomorrow. Time being. We'll see you guys next time on the live stream.
Queen of Pain's one of those flexible heroes. Can go as a core in any of the 3 lanes. Even some teams run Queen of Pain in that 4th position roaming support. One of the heroes that can also match up pretty well in the safe lane against the Darkseer if you do want to go for an offensive tri-lane. Offensive tri-lanes are kind of just out of fashion and they're kind of too risky. So Union Gaming, pull out the Morphling. This is a kind of a forgotten relic in a lot of ways. It used to
The late game against an AM, trying to get one of the other best available farmers in the game now that someone like PL's been taken out, and I guess even the Bloodseeker.
Yeah, I think that's part of this, is having a late game carry that's also mobile on the map, because Anti-Mage, a lot of his mid game play is around split pushing, so Morphling with Replicate can be mobile, can be kind of dealing with the Anti-Mage, pushing out the lane and then quickly come back and rejoin his team.
Kind of starting to dig in that pool. You got your Wind Rangers, you got your Shadow Fiends, and not much else for really big options.
So you've got a roaming Earthshaker. You want to maybe get something with some kill potential, like if Earthshaker comes mid with a Fissure, that's always something to kind of keep in mind, although the big ones are kind of being taken or banned out. There's no Queen of Pain, there's no Leshrac, no Storm. So Shadow Fiend, I think, is the one that stands out, as you mentioned, and it can kind of, you can go for the mech for your team to create space for Anti-Mage. If the Darkseer is going to get too slow, Darkseer can go for other items,
goodness.
But Beastmaster comes out.
Is this going to be a mid lane Fata-esque Brax? Mid lane Beastmaster. What makes him so good in the mid lane? I know when we watched Fata play it a bit, he's very good at being able to utilize the boars, secure the last hits, pinch and poke, harass his opposing laner a bit, and then just becomes a factor and comes online so quick with that solo XP. Is it more of that, or?
He's very durable. He's so tanky. You can't just bully him out. He's kind of like that. Not quite Spirit Breaker level of survivability at level 1, but quite close. High armor, a lot of HP, and then the Quills means you can actually kind of fight a ranged hero like a Lina or a Queen of Pain in the mid lane to some extent, but you change line, they pick up a Shadow Fiend, which is their new mid, I'm pretty sure, and this is a hero Beastmaster that probably struggles against more than a Queen of Pain or a Lina, just because of the double raise. Shadow Fiend can easily bring down the Quill Boars, and then just pick up massive damage, which is something which Beastmaster doesn't deal with as well, I'd say, compared to like the Lina. I think is one of the better matchups for him here, despite most heroes struggling against Lina.
I do have to see, one of the first things that jumps out to me when you look at the 5-man setup now of Union Gaming is it does feel a touch greedy. I don't want any of these heroes really to be stuck with next to no farm. If you're Undying into the mid game is just kind of a walking piece of paper, you don't really want to have that. Lina, if she's never able to really throw together a Yules, that would be a bit unfortunate, but
it is, but they've also got they're versing 4 melee heroes. Their laning stage should look pretty good for them. They've got strong laning heroes. When you're looking at a support Undying, you've got a Queen of Pain in the offlane who's not exactly going to be a strong laning hero as far as the offlane goes, but you're not likely to die when you've got the Blink Escape. So I think from that perspective, they should be able to find some farm. They don't have any way to kind of rotate their safe. Like, their safe lane carry is a Morphling who doesn't jungle very well, which is always something you kind of want to have a jungling carry when you've got to support like a Lina, Silencer, AA, something that wants farm, because you get your like basic items and then you rotate to the jungle and free up the lane for support, which doesn't work too well with a Morphling, but Lina can maybe find farm in the jungle herself with just some levels.
Ritsu, one of our newer Cloud9 members, already getting the party started with the casual alt chat here. Hold on a second. I'm also making sure I get this set. It's a perfect pause time for me. I'll show what everyone.
I was just zoning out. I wasn't even reading the chat.
Typical pause. Yes. We all know, ladies and gentlemen, Union Gaming do typically have a bad stigma against their name.
It's a different
for
man here.
Certain stuff they've done in the past involved checking out streams when they shouldn't. But you got to remember, since that time, roster's been changed up quite a bit. Some of them went off to play for the new Team Unknown, and some of them went off to do their own thing. Even Benjaz, who I expected to be one of the tried and true Union Gaming members, unless he's sporting a completely different alias on another account, doesn't seem to be present. I try to do my best to dissect and look into where Union Gaming has been and where they've gone, but the documents are not out there, folks. So. Yep.
We've even asked the players in lobby. We've done our due diligence here.
Hey, buddy, anybody sporting an alias? I would love to promote you, but they are not really helping out too much.
Let your fans know you're playing.
Yeah, I would love to be like, oh my God, look who's back, formerly from Swaggin' Tiger, but that's not going to be happening. But here we go. We get back and underway. The pause this time not going to be too long. Looks like everything is loaded up, and my hotkeys are back and working here. I'm excited. So a lot of attention towards this bottom rune is going to be more so here for Cloud9, having all 5 actually nearby.
I imagine they were expecting Union to head towards top. They don't want to take this fight. They've got Anti-Mage, not great at fighting. They've got Iron Shell, which is pretty good. They've got Fissure, but I think they're looking to avoid a fight, and their ward has spotted quite a lot of Union Gaming heroes bottom. Ultimately, a level 1 fight, Undying is going to be king here, and that's the hero they're probably looking to avoid at all costs.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're headed towards the top rune now. Brax, I think, getting some good scouting information. He's got the Quillboars and the Hawk as well available to him if needed.
Let's check out how the laning is going to match up here for Suze over here on your Queen of Pain. It's a Queen of Pain after all, so typically should hopefully not be caught out whatsoever. Worst case scenario, you're just kind of there, leeching as much XP. Occasionally can grab a quick and easy CS, a bit of harassment maybe with your Shadow Strike, but have that blink ready to go. You don't want to be caught out nonetheless. And you're going to be going against a 1437 zoning Dazzle and Ritsu, who will continue to just persevere with his bit of farm.
And AM's pretty good at zoning someone like a Quap. You can just blink on the Quap, force the blink to go on cooldown, and just keep on forcing Queen of Pain to burn mana. You get 1 or 2 right clicks off every time you blink in, and then Queen of Pain uses up more mana to blink away. And once Quap's out of mana, this offlane gets very hard to manage. So they're already rotating Undying up here. I think this is the right move. There's no reason to just give Quap kind of a tough lane when you can actually contest this and prevent the AM from getting free farm.
So it will be a 2-1-2 coming out from both sides, allowing the Queen of Pain to feel a bit more comfortable in lane and kind of push herself forward. On the bottom side, MSS should be able to hold his own on his Darkseer, dishing out occasional Iron Shells, picking it up, and it looks like it means SVG is more just looking around to get some stuff done. He already leaves him with a very early Ancient stack. I suppose this is going to be for Brax eventually, just to farm up maybe with some axes here. Nonetheless, someone's going to be getting this farm at some point. So building up a mini Fort Knox nonetheless, while occasionally coming to mid lane and trying to harass a bit, it looks like.
This is just good timings on his rotation. I mean, as Winter talked to me about this last time, like when he talked about how he was just playing Earthshake a lot in pubs, and you just get this timing where initially you block the wave in the offlane, so you help your offlaner out. You clarity up, and then you go to the Ancients and stack, and you just hit all these timings, and then you head mid, hit a great Fissure block, and you get a first blood.
That's crazy because he was notably there. Oh, they actually don't get him. He's able to salve up and live. It's going to get quickly canceled from the boar, but it was very apparent SVG has been there. He's teasing, taunting the Shadow Fiend like, I'm throwing it. And he eventually gets the block. And Shadow Fiend, I figured maybe he would just play it safe and run down south of the river to avoid trouble, but he put himself right into the corner, and well, fortunately for him, he was able to soak up the bit of extra damage and will not be going down. But that will chew through a lot of the regen there for Fire until he's able to get his bottle, which it's only going to be a salve that's going to be ferried out to him for now.
Yeah, you better be careful too, because SVG still lingering around. Finds a haste room, but
oh boy.
They go top instead. Undying's going to be a bit careful here.
Undying has got to be the focus here. SVG gets off a nice block. Oh, but he's not going to be able to hold him in. It looks like Tombstone's going to get dropped, and they're going to quickly disperse here. But a Tombstone will be down nonetheless. And SVG is going to go ahead and just keep on trucking back to the mid lane. He's trying to be all over the place.
Yeah, he's, I'd say, been very successful with this rotation so far. Put a lot of pressure, forcing SF to buy a salve and probably preventing him from getting somewhere between 3 and 6 CS, just with that one really nice fissure and almost first blood getting him low. So Fire's in a bit of a rough spot here in the mid lane. Brax is doubling up on CS on him.
I was just going to say that. Pretty crazy. Even just SVG doing that bit of zone play, keeping him back, has allowed Brax to really thrive in the lane, and he's up on track, almost near perfect CS, 17 and 8. Beautiful stuff.
SVG hits another good timing, finds a stack, and he's right back to the mid lane. So always important when you're playing this heavy roaming support, Earthshaker especially, more so than like a bounty hunter. You've got to hit all your stack timings, and so far SVG's been good on that.
Who's been really good at that, I've noticed, is someone like Soniko. You know, he plays his Winter Wyvern, he gets a bit of harassment with some early boots in the mid lane, steps off, gets a stack, comes back, finds harassment elsewhere, looks for someone else to have, has a TP ready to go, you know, just constantly moving, constantly finding something he can do to participate and be a part of this team, even though he's not in a lane. So, something to, good to look out for in your support play. Bottom lane, something we haven't talked about a whole lot.
Blink and top, actually.
Oh, they're actually making a move in.
Got Fissure.
Oh, the Fissure connects beautifully onto the Queen of Pain, and that means your first blood is going to go to the side of Cloud9. Theeman is going to be picking up that one on his Dazzle as they quickly try to annihilate the Tombstone. They will bring it down, an extra penny for them, and poor little Hockey is just going to have to watch him walk away.
Yeah, the Queen of Pain did like a small blink backwards just to get away, and Antimage is like, I can just blink on top of you here. This is a free kill, so bit of a misplay there from Quap, and Union Gaming get punished for it as rune control going pretty decently in C9's favor. They even find an Invis rune now on Brax, who's about to hit level 6, so this SF could be immediately in trouble with SVG right back towards mid lane. He's still level 1, but you don't need high levels on this Fissure, as Brax about to hit 6 off of this creep wave.
Fire is nearby. Decides to go close enough here. That level 6 trigger point would be all it takes for Brax to lead in with a big roar. A follow-up Fissure from SVG would pretty much guarantee a kill from Fire, even if it was a TP rotation to come, which there's not even a TP here on Lina, it looks like, and there's not going to be a TP on Undying. He should be done for, so we'll see if it's going to be something they decide to make the jump on. But SCG for now is going to be heading to the bottom lane. That's MSS, good. How's he doing down here? MSS buddy's 18-0 on his Darkseer.
Yeah, it's been quiet. He hasn't been involved in anything, but this is kind of where you want your Darkseer to be right now, 5 minutes in. Hasn't gotten like complete solo XP. He's been zoned out a little bit, but all in all, this is good news for him. And you look at Morphling CS, it's not really that it's not free farm level. It's better than the Anti-Mages, but Anti-Mage has been heavily contested. You look at someone like Brax, that's pretty much free farm.
Oh. There we go. Fissure going to be connecting on the FFS. MSS thought about making a committed move in, but it's a bit of an awkward angle. Creep started blocking behind. He doesn't want to overcommit and risk getting caught out behind that tower, so they decided to pull back. But SVG, man, this guy has been putting in the mileage, trucking from top to bottom, making his presence known, and constantly trying to stay in the dark. They look like a little bit of footsie play here at the top lane, but yeah, he's been all over the place and keeping UG guessing.
Yep. So we see Brax still just saying, man, I think he's just happy to get a bit more free farm and kind of keep Union guessing when he might want to go for that first roar. He's stacking the Ancients as well using his Quillbore, so just across the board, just efficient play coming out of Cloud9. And right now, the lanes have gone well enough for them. They're ahead overall as far as farm goes, and they've got stacks to fall back on. On the Union side, there's not a whole lot in the way of stacks right now.
Brax just goes right through his Invis rune, not going to be using it. Instead, we'll just go to the Bounty Rune top lane and commit for that instead. But yet to use that Primal Roar here. Could turn the corner, maybe go top lane with SVG. We'll have to see. Rich is still able to hold his own, doing just fine. 22-1. Was behind the Morphling, now slightly etching ahead here as far as the difference go. But it's a relatively quiet start. No big rotations, no committed ganks coming out with just occasional harassment from SVG's side. No commitments coming out yet from Union Gaming. But apparently I just jinxed it. They now smoke up and they are going to head top. It's finally time for Brax to put to use this Primal Roar.
Less pressure to go ganking immediately when you hit 6 when your team's doing fine, which is the story right now for C9.
Hockey. Uh-oh, that's an SVG. And they're able to dish out the Fissure. Now he's looking to run north, but Brax is looking to intercept here. Does he bother with the Primal Roar? No, just the axes. He does commit it right there. They get the easy finish. And that means they're going to get the Tombstone as well. Oh man, lots of gold going to be handed over to the front of C9. Do they follow it up with a push for the tier 1? We'll have to see, but nonetheless, maybe Undying should have just held the tombstone, accepted his fate, and, you know, got burned with ashes.
A bit of extra freebie gold going Brax's way, so he'll be pleased with that rotation and still topping the CS chart, so immediately TP's back mid, so he shuts down any potential push coming out, and Fire has caught up though. CS-wise, he's going to be able to fall back to the jungle. This is the stage where SF actually just dominates Beastmaster here in the mid lane as far as farm goes, so it's going to be kind of C9 who are going to be forced to rotate more heroes if they want to shut down the Shadow Fiend's farm. They may just be content, because come mid-game teamfights, Beastmaster is great at locking him down in place. They've got control from the vacuum, the fissure, and a lot of actual physical damage coming out when you've got Beastmaster Aura as well as Dazzle Weave, and that's where maybe they just feel confident they can handle the Shadow Fiend, given that he's not snowballing.
And we're probably not going to see a whole lot of push coming out from Union Gaming to being more aggressive until these level 6s really start coming online here. You got Queen of Pain here is about halfway to getting that level 6 and having that Scream ready to go. And obviously for bottom, Morphling's going to be doing his own thing farming. We already talked about Shadow Fiend farming his own bit of woods, but possible attention towards the top lane here. LN has departed from the bottom, joining Morphling, and is trying to join this party top, but she is still pretty low on the XP field.
Yeah, they've gone in bottom lane with a Fissure, Iron Shell, and Waveform on cooldown, but not going to have the damage for this, yeah.
Steps backing away, not going to put a level into the ultimate yet. Obviously not going to be necessary there. It just feels like Union Gaming are like, this AM is kind of farming.
Yes.
Farming a bit. We should maybe do something about it. What can we do? And are we ready to do it yet? Doesn't feel like it, so let's just kind of stand here and hope that we get to a point where we can find a jump.
And Morphling's not a good matchup against Darkseer. That's where I was a bit surprised by this, because putting a hero, like I think he just finished bottle, like he already bottle crowed once, he immediately chews through all his bottle charges again. The hero just doesn't have the best sustain in lane. If you want to get sustain, you have to go for something like a Perseverance, like get the Ring of Health and go for like the old school Linken's build just to, if you want to stay in lane, but that isn't really the build to go in.
Going for mid, they're going for SVG while he's trying to just farm out and get some solo XP. He dishes out a nice fissure, and here's coming the first rotation. They can't finish him off. The grade's going to be there just in case, as Fire was trying to chunk him down with the raise, and it's not going to be happening here. Braxall looking to get involved, but this will be an unsuccessful smoke gank coming out from Union Gaming to the mid lane. Bottom lane still trading here. MSS now trying to run down the Morphling with Ion Shell, forces him to waveform away to safety.
Just keeps getting bullied out of this lane. This poor Morph, he's probably just begging for support here. He's like, I can't actually farm. Darkseer is out-farming him in lane pretty handily. 54 CS to 39 now. And not much of that is actually jungle farm for MSS, so this state right now for Union Gaming is not good. Their safe lane farming Morph is not looking like a carry, while the anti-mage sure as hell is.
Yeah, I just don't even foresee a possibility of Union Gaming even getting a kill. They're coming up short multiple times here, and C9 are not afraid to respond in their own way. Now they have a smoke, and they're looking to beeline it towards the bottom here, making use of this. I was going to say Primal Roar as soon as it's up and at the ready here, but still got 20 seconds. They could wait it out technically here, but might not be required, as I think they're waiting for maybe a fissure block. They could bait out the waveform back and then look for a follow-up. Maybe MSS can do that. They're thinking about it.
Without the roar, they have to bait out the waveform, which is kind of unreliable.
We do have TPs on both the Undying and the Lina if they do want to come in, and there's going to be the first TP to help out FFS. And it's going to be Hockey who shows up. Immediate tombstone dropped. And the second they see it, C9 turn and run. It actually will cancel the secondary TP, and Brax looks to move in. They know maybe the second TP was canceled, and that maybe there's only 2 people down here. So they're still kind of swarming around here, gods, like vultures.
Yeah, they probably have kind of kept tabs of the SF, see that he does have a TP. And that's a kind of dangerous here to dive against when he can TP in, because that triple raise combo does a lot of damage, so they decide against it. They're actually scouting out now that they've got complete control and can take this bottom tier 1 tower. This is where Radiant team can lose complete control of their jungle. You lose that tier 1 bottom tower, C9 can just set up camp, get some aggressive wards, and a lot of the farm on the map gets taken away from Union Gaming at this point, if C9 want to kind of if they want to kind of take that aggressive route, which it looks like they do, kind of to create space for the anti-mage.
I think once they get the mech complete on MSS, it's certainly an opportunity for them to be like, let's just get together and let's start pushing through maybe some of these tier 1s, create some space. We can eventually maybe make a go at the Roche, followed up with tier 2s thereafter. It's a lot what we saw in Digital Chaos yesterday. Bottom lane, they're actually making a move. MSS trying to make it go into FFS, but it's quickly the Quap who shows up, turns it right back around with a great scream. Now they want SFG, or SVG rather, but they have no follow-up disable for him. Unfortunately, LN is not there in time with the LSA, and that means the Earthshaker will make it out.
Yep. Nice kill for Union. Not gonna... It gives Morphling a little bit of room to kind of get farm bottom lane, but he was forced to kind of TP out anyway, so TP's out, leaves the replicate, so at least he'll have some time uncontested here in the bottom lane, but ultimately still going to be tricky and just time-consuming for him to actually catch up still to what we see the anti-mage getting up in top lane.
Looks like Brax is going to be taking the majority of that stack farm in the jungle as he pushes forward. He already has a Necro 2 here, so going pretty hefty into the siege power, but it's a Beastmaster. We call him the Zookeeper for a reason. That's the good book and something he loves to follow by.
Yeah, it's tough because like something C9 knows, like, okay, we're going to be creating space for AM. We're going to be fighting as 4, potentially 4v5. Having a Necrobook's just a lot of extra firepower that can kind of make up for someone like an AM not being there. If they commit and go in you with 5 heroes, you want to have those extra units to just create a bit of a buffer, do a lot of damage, and scare Union away. They don't want to be killing off a level 2 Necrobook, taking that last will damage at this stage of the game. That's the majority of the HP of any hero who kills it.
Feels like Union Gaming, they still need to find some of that me time on their supports. Like LN at Laguna would be just such a useful tool if they wanted to kind of be more assertive, find a pick off here and there, or at least have a good counter fight. Now, obviously, it may be a bit ineffective against some of these heroes. You got your like Ritsu AM, and even now a mech being picked up on your Darkseer. It's not going to be the easiest, so the timing could be off here. But oh man, here we go. Top lane, the book is coming out. Brax, hi, how's it going, LN? Immediate primal roar, immediate kill as Ritsu's able to follow it up. Now they're looking to pincer in Hockey. Quap is like, see you later, buddy. Good luck. He's going to have to jump down to the south. Hockey going for a desperation TP. Will not be happening. Going to get canceled out and blown up. Dropped right there, a 2-for-0 trade, plus a tombstone, I believe, was taken. And that means C9 are going to be pushing ahead 4-1 gods, and their net worth will continue to climb.
Yeah. And Anti-Mage getting a lot out of that, has most of the rest of his Battle Fury coming out in the courier. Just needs the broadsword, which he can get from the side shop, so... As far as Union Gaming's current position, I just don't see this Morphling ever becoming relevant. There's not really any way he can itemize. Talked about how this hero can be a decent early game fighter with his basic items, which is what he's got now, but he's going to have his basic items and AM's going to have a Battle Fury, so Anti-Mage's going to have huge split push potential.
I mean, look at that. He's getting spanked by MSS. It's like, I have to morph. I have to walk back and morph under my tower. This one Darkseer is proven to be a bit of a trouble here. I can't really call out for assistance. Ellen's still trying to farm at least his level 6. Undying has been beaten down a couple times now. 0 and 2 still has yet to pick up his first respectable item unless it's hiding on the courier. It's certainly not. So they have quite the game of catch-up to go for. But if we have to look at some of the positives in the darkness here, gods, we do have a mech now on fire. He does have a haste room bottled up. We'll see if it's going to be enough for them to maybe find an opportunity. At this point, it might be a big counterplay.
Yep. If I'm Union, they've just got Lena's level 6 here at mid lane. They've got a haste room with a mech on Shadow Fiend. This is just time to go do something. Pick up a smoke. They've got one on Lena already. Go and fight using Tombstone, SF Mech, and the Laguna. I don't think they can just keep playing C9 and get all the space in the world. They're going to get Anti-Mage. That's just the state of this game right now. They've got no real good answer to him anytime soon. They've got some pure damage in the form of Sonic Wave, but that's really it.
Oh, bottom lane, there it is. The mighty roar comes out, a follow-up, nicely timed fissure, but the FFS gains continue to climb, but it's not going to be enough. He ultimately will go down. Great Mana Bird coming out, great use of the book from Brax, and that's going to lead to an objective. Morphling goes down, and suddenly fire appears, and he is coming in all cylinders and speeding right past them. Not going to be following up with any sort of aggression whatsoever. Ooh, a little bit of damage coming up from the book onto Hockey there, but they're going to go ahead and easily step back. This is just Cloud9 feeling pretty dominant, but okay, they're rushing in now using the back end of this haste road. He is trying to truck down Brax here with some right clicks. Brax is going to snag an illusion and head back the other way. Meanwhile, Dazzle, did go down mid lane, and Ritsu's going to get the follow-up return, avenging him by taking down the Queen of Pain.
Yeah, that's well worth it for C9. Anti-Mage kill. Anti-Mage gets a kill on Queen of Pain for your support. You'll take that. Even when you're way ahead, you kind of don't necessarily want to make 1-for-1 trades when you're this far ahead, but when it's for an Anti-Mage, why the hell not?
He's getting pretty damn farmed, gods. He has his Battle Fury already done. He's properly even power tread swapping. He goes to Intel when he blinks, back to Agi for the attack. This kid is flexing the skills right now, and it looks like he's going to be going down the road at a Vlad's pickup, holding that little mighty ring of regen. So just all going according to plan right now for this AM.
When you look at AM games, you're always looking at the AM split pusher by nature. What can actually catch him when he goes split pushing. At this point, Union Gaming side is very low on lockdown. The only kind of thing that stands out as far as catching an anti-mage who's split pushing is if this was a core Lina and you've got the Yule's Ag Scepter. So even without the Ag Scepter, you have a Yule's which sets up an LSA. They're not going to get a Yule's in this Lina anytime soon, so they actually have zero pick-off potential on anti-mage. Even if he's solo split pushing and they bring 5 heroes, they can't really kill him just because they have no initiation, no way of locking him in place and preventing him from blink escaping. So this is just an anti-mage who's going to just keep on farming, keep on split pushing, and he's not going to die once this game, unless he makes a huge misplay, a huge dive. There is just... I do not see this anti-mage diving, and I just don't see a real way for Union to get back into this game against this anti-mage.
Maybe taking advantage of the micro bits of rubber band that could be left in the game, hoping that you can take down some of the biggest net worth leaders on the side of C9 could certainly pay off a bit of a reward to everyone else, especially some of the supports who definitely need it, feeling a bit starved, but that seems a bit far-fetched. Without that kind of catch you were talking about, it just simply ain't going to be easy to grab. The king of network right now being your Ritsu AM bottom lane. They're making it go into Quap, and they make it look easy. Unnecessary wall even being put out from MSS. They just crush the Queen of Pain and pull ahead now 7-2, and they are able to get the tower, it looks like, in the top lane as well. Now we're going to Ritsu, as he's also going to be stealing a double stack at the UG Ancient Camp.
Oh boy, yeah, and with Vlad's he can sustain himself now. He's not going to ever have to even go back to base.
Hey, what are you doing in my Ancient Camp? Get the hell out of here. I got it already, fool. Ritsu's out. Oh, Union Gaming, the struggle continues.
Oh yeah. And I mean, I don't feel like they played it that poorly. The SF shouldn't have struggled as much as he did mid lane, but that was just great rotations from Earthshaker. The one thing that didn't really make sense was the Morphling pick to get into the Darkseer, where, I mean, we're still seeing it now. The Morph just can't get farm in the safe lane. Darkseer's just being a complete bully, and Lina just not a good solo support for zoning, but I mean, ultimately this is just mostly just being great early rotations from SVG, and just also more efficient play. Look at these stacks. This Dire Ancient stack is juicy.
That's the girthy one right there. That is... How many is that? That is like... That's how the dinosaurs went extinct. Right there. I mean, it's just a slaughter.
It was an anti-mage.
It's ridiculous. They are just moving from one to the next. They're like, guys, we got to clear out the Union Gaming jungle. Let's head up here. I have a preemptive stack for us to farm up. Let's do that. Now we're going to head over here. Get this next... It's just... They're really flexing their team coordination right now, and that's just something you don't get to see a lot in the NA Dota scene.
Roshan. I think they're actually just going to go high ground maybe here. Are they ending the game? No, they're going back towards Roshan.
Do they have any wards down to cover the area?
They don't need wards.
They have one deep ward right over here.
They have Hulk, which is actually...
right next to a sentry, so it is going to be spotted, but Union Gaming are off doing their own thing. They're farming in what I know people like Blitz like to say is some of the safest spots in your opponent's jungle. So it's safe for them to get that reliable farm gods, but this means it's going to be an easy roach for C9.
They'll be forced right towards the bottom lane. I think C9 may just kind of go down towards the bottom lane of Raxi. They don't have to defend. There is no incentive for them to just TP top and defend when they can force Union Gaming back by just pushing. It looks like they're not going to force high ground right away. They're going to go through the mid lane, get a couple more towers, get some more gold for themselves, and just kind of secure a few more items. AM still doesn't quite have his Manta style.
Yeah, Union Gaming were waiting in the top lane, like, oh, maybe one or two will TP up here and we can get the quick jump on them, but C9 are like, we have something else on mind. We're just going to charge down this mid lane. We're going to force you to come back because we are the team that has the power advantage right now.
And part of the reason that top side of the map is just the safest place for Union is because C9 are not going to ward their own jungle when they're this far ahead. They're going to ward offensively, so Union know that they can kind of set up for that tier 1 top tower push and be uncontested in doing so, because you can't just TP in blindly when your opponents have the positional and vision advantage.
This looks like it's going to be a 2-tower push. Tier 2 is about to drop. Make it look easy. They pull back and away. The top push continues here for Union Gaming. MSS jumps in, gets a vacuum wall onto Quap. She will blink away, and now they're looking for Fire here. Fire, who does have a Yules and a TP, is just going to simply turn the corner and, well, do it right under their noses.
Okay. Not quite the result C9 were hoping for, but ultimately it doesn't matter too much. ES is blink. Anti-Mage is level 16 with Manta style, and they've still got plenty of time left on this Aegis to go for a high ground push if that's what they want to do. Brax has even picked up a gem now to get complete map control. This is where we'll see all the wards on the map get dewarded, and there's just, I mean, Union Gaming will be starved right now. There's nothing they can really do apart from just farm as far away as possible from C9.
Oh, bottom lane, FFS, no more mana. He's dead. He just put himself into a death closet right there. Ritsu just kind of flexes his muscle, gets right on him, and even gets some assistance there from Theben. But that is your hopeful dark horse Morphling for Team Union Gaming, and unfortunately he will be going down again. 0-2-1 for him. So gods, we have to look to Fire here on what he can do to try to bring the game back. Right now, what he can do is get the hell out of there because Ritsu is on the chase here. Looking to go for Quap. He's going to actually be forced to use them. Run! Run! He's coming! The mighty Ritsu has jumped up north and decided to go for lane farm instead. But if you're running away as a Shadow Fiend at this point in the game, it's just not feeling so good. He's got a mech. He's got a Yules. About 1,300 gold saved up. Yules is great when you're trying to pull off that flashy combo, but gods, I don't foresee that happening anytime soon. Oh god, they're gonna turn it back! Brax just pulls out the roar. Huge vacuum, huge echo comes out from SVG. Oh man, that was just shoving Union Gaming in a locker at that point, and they're gonna be able to follow it up, it looks like, with a takedown of Fire. He gets popped from Ritsu. Oh, the towel might have to be thrown in soon, gods.
Yeah.
And there it is.
22 minutes. This AM is as farmed as it gets for that time. Hitting a basher as well. Like, that is just insane. Well, very convincing showing from Cloud9 in their debut match with their new roster. A lot of people have doubts, and obviously this is not versing one of the premier North American or South American teams, but they look good. It was just crisp play all across the board, and can't really fault them anywhere. Like 1437 TPing mid with the Grave Sage, had the Earthshaker with great rotations. Darkseer just doing great stuff in the offlane. Everyone just did what they were supposed to do.
Can't say the same, though, for Union Gaming. Unfortunately,
Yeah.
it didn't work out. It's really hard to say at that point if it's a draft. I initially said things felt a bit too greedy, so like your support staff wasn't really to come online. That Undying certainly didn't get the opportunity to play like an Undying. He came up to that top lane to maybe help out the Quap, at least break even. That was certainly not the case. And you got to remember, Cloud9 didn't even have much backup up there. Theben was there, but SVG was just all over the place. He made a huge presence in the mid lane, which allowed Brax to really farm out of control, get that early book, and just kind of assert himself early, and even would just kind of dance with the bottom lane a bit. And we saw as well Morphling just not really able to get much going.
Yeah, I think you're right. They kind of tried to break even in all the lanes. They're like, well, rather than try and win one of the lanes or two, like win a lane and then have a good mid lane where we both farm, they tried to be even. They tried to stop the AM farming and do the dual lane there, which ultimately backfired. And then it left the Morphling vulnerable to a Darkseer because you only had the one support Lina who can't really fight a Darkseer. Iron Shell's just going to be too powerful once Darkseer gets a couple levels, and he was always going to get levels because, again, the ES, he used the level 1 fissure to block the offlane wave, guarantees Darkseer gets level 2, then he's got Iron Shell with the Surge, so it was just, I think, Union getting greedy in the sense, even with their lanes, like the way they tried to win all 3 lanes, or at least have 3 even lanes, when they should have just committed maybe 3 heroes to the safe lane, and then protected the mid lane a bit better too.
Well, hopefully they can shake that one off and do that in game number 2, which is going to be coming up next, folks. You are tuning into the Nanyang Championships here in the NA qualifier. It's Cloud9 taking on Union Gaming. We'll see you in just a moment as we return for game number 2.